Hello, you guys. We are so excited. Today on SimoneTV, we're having Marchee and Simone, we're having team talk. And we're just going to discuss some real issues. What was actually happening is we were talking about eagles soaring together and how it's kind of hard to find other eagles. And we said, you know what, we need to do a platform where we can invite other leaders in to discuss the issues, the challenges, and also to share some of the great things that are going on. And Marchee is a young lady here who is trilingual. She speaks several languages, one of them being Spanish, automatically English, and a few others. And so she's here today, and she has some business ventures that she's taking care of. And we met up at one of the business ventures, and here we are today doing real table talk. How are you? Glad to have you here today.
Doing great. Glad to be here and eager to discuss.
Okay, so just brief the people on like how we got together and how it just went crazy.
Okay, good idea. So we were, of course, journeying in one of our business ventures. We're serial entrepreneurs. It's probably the best title.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Like a serial killer.
For real though, but we're not.
We're gonna kill the devil, but that's about it.
Exactly, that's a good one right there.
Yeah.
I like that. So when we met, it was almost like an instant connection. We just knew each other. Our spirits knew each other.
And somebody else knows us too.
Yeah, we'll have to get them back later.
Yeah, later.
But we knew we had something to do. And so we handled our business for that day. And then afterwards, we just stayed connected and we had a couple conversations. And that was probably like 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, we decided on Sundays that we would come together. You were telling me something about like Bang Up Sunday or something you learned. Share that with them because I think that's really good when you're starting something new.
Okay, cool. So we were talking about scheduling. And so I even talked to my students. I'm a teacher. And I just talked to them about just the importance of just having an organized schedule. Because as serial entrepreneurs, it's important that we organize our schedules day by day as often as we can. Before we start the week. So we were talking about the subject of brain dumping. So I actually got this concept from a lady named Heather Chauvin from this podcast I frequent. And when you brain dump, Sunday, you get everything out of your head. All the stuff you have to do for the week. Just things that are related to what's going on in the upcoming week, whatever. You just get it all out. Even things that you have to do that day. And then you just plug in a day. And like a time slot for all of those things for the upcoming week, so that by Monday, you're not trying to plan Monday on Monday.
Right.
You got Monday planned out.
Right.
And then, of course, you leave room for life to happen.
Right.
But you already go into the week with just your plan. You put it in your calendar. You know, we're pretty busy women.
Yeah.
So I use my Google Calendar to just plug in my appointments to know where am I going to be, you know, for those days. And it's just helped me tremendously to just be not all over the place. And as entrepreneurs typically wear this hat of being so busy all over the place.
Right,
and they just seem anxious and busy. So that's freed me up. And I'm pretty busy, but people can never tell. I'm just super duper at peace because of scheduling. So
I like that, the brain dumping, because we were trying to get so much done. I was like, okay, that brought me freedom. And then Marchee shared something, and we said, hey, Freedom Friday.
Yep.
So what happens on Freedom Friday is we are freeing ourselves from things that no longer serve us any good. So poverty, generational curses, bad habits, addictions, for the purpose of soaring like eagles. And what I thought was so great is, you guys should look up the definition of an eagle.
for real.
I mean, the definition of an eagle is just so amazing. And if you can just take portions of that and put that in your daily regime, it just soars you to different places. Like, what were some of the definitions of the eagle?
That's a good question. So I showed my students this motivational video about eagles. So I showed them a motivational video to start every week. And so one of the things that stuck out to me was that eagles, they get alone. Like when they're going through the process of going to a higher height, they get alone. And in this time of being alone, like they shed everything, like everything that they no longer, if I could talk, need, it all comes off. So they break their beak, and then all of their skin, you know, like the hair, it all comes off. And so the process is strenuous and difficult, and hurtful. But after this process, they soar so much higher. And so of all the many attributes of just being an eagle, I thought that was the most phenomenal. Because as humanly people, we don't want to go through the pain part.
Right, absolutely.
We just want to get to success.
Right, definitely.
But we don't want to go through the
instant
trouble.
grits.
You know, but
oatmeal,
if an eagle has sense enough to say, let me just break down the stuff that I no longer need so I can go to higher heights. And what we were talking about with the eagle, they only soar with other eagles.
Right.
So eagles aren't hanging out with foxes. They're not chilling with cats.
So it's not a crowd with an eagle.
Come on, no, they roll with their people. People that are just like them. People that can soar just as high. And if you're not soaring high, they ain't mad at you.
Right.
But you can't roll with the eagles
right.
if you're not an eagle.
Right.
So.
And I like that because, like, in talking to Marchee, immediately I love the vibe, I love the energy, and I call one of my sisters. I go, like, this is my mini-me. This was me in the past. And like I'm dealing with my past, and I got my present, so I can tell my younger me how to be more wiser, you know, and what doors are a better direction for her. Mm-hmm. And the other thing I liked about the eagle that we have to learn about an eagle, when you are soaring with people that have higher mindsets, like you have no business sharing your dreams with the common folk.
Ooh, you don't.
Because y'all got to know misery love company.
Come on.
It's like, if everybody running in this direction, they're giving away some free cheese or this, and that. I'm going the direction that they're not going.
Come on.
Because I know that there's some opportunities. You know, if they say, you know what, be at this place, they're giving away free money. You all know there's nothing free in life.
For real.
There's nothing free. There are no shortcuts. So what I like about the eagle is when you are around other eagles and you're doing projects with other eagles, you don't have to babysit.
True. Y'all automatically just are on the same wave.
Mm-hmm.
You're not forcing anybody. And that's what I found before I decided, made a conscious decision to only soar with eagles.
Okay.
I would find myself just trying to mold the people that weren't eagles into eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be frustration on both ends.
Right.
I'm frustrated because I'm like, I just see your potential to be an eagle.
Right.
And their frustration because it's like, but I don't want to be an eagle.
Right.
You know, so when I just let go of the continuous, strenuous process of just trying to mold people into being what I know they could be, and started connecting with the eagles.
Oh, yeah.
My life just changed.
Well, you know, what I find ironic about that is, it's like, okay, you put these people on your team, and you got to babysit them.
Yeah.
And you like, can I just find somebody with the vision? Can I find somebody with a thirst to just be an overachiever? Like if you're janitor, just be the best janitor at keeping everything clean.
Come on.
Because you can take those precepts to another level and own your own janitorial service.
I love that you said that though, because I feel like that's an important point. As people that are entrepreneurs, sometimes people feel like we're like unreachable, and it's like no, like as long as you have the same mindset, you could be a janitor,
right,
and we can connect.
Right.
The only thing I don't want to do is like coach you and baby you. Am I gonna build with you? Absolutely.
Right.
But if I'm pouring in,
right,
and you not pouring out, and I'm just pouring in, that's exhausting.
You know, that is like going up to a ATM machine. And everybody's taking out money, but the machine hasn't been refilled. Ooh. So sometimes we are trying to make withdrawals where there are no deposits have been made. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Can you say that again for me?
We are going somewhere trying to make a withdrawal, and no deposits have been made. And I decided, you know what? I'm disconnecting from anything that is not pouring into me. Because you look around, I know you all have that friend or that associate that calls you with the drama. And they get a long conversation, and when they're done dumping on you, now you tired, and they say, oh, well, I'll talk to you later. Or what about the people you get on the phone? They always want you to pray for them and can't pray for you. I'm so tired of asking people, can I get that back?
Come on.
Can I get a prayer back?
Come on, can we talk about that right there?
Yes, yes.
So I'm an avid reader, and it connects to that.
Okay.
So I was reading something one day, you know, just minding my business, but trying to figure out, you know, why people just always dumped on me. And so the thing that I read was, stop letting people dump on you. And so I'm like, well, what does this mean? And so it basically said, you know, stop allowing people the space in your life.
Ooh,
you're
like
in a good
that.
Space to just pour all day whatever on you, and they feel better, right?
Right.
After they regurgitated on you.
Right.
And then you just feel like, well, all this mess on me, like I was fine before this conversation.
Right.
But then you leave and they're good.
Yeah.
And you just got all of it. All
like
the goodness of the dumping.
Right.
And so from that, I also learned that we can't just let people dump on us, but we have to be mindful. So we have two types of people. I just put everything in like categories of twos.
All right.
So you have the people that come to talk to you to problem solve. So, Miss Simone, I'm going through such and such. What do you think I should do? Problem solver, right? Let's talk through it.
Okay.
Then you have others who are like, well, girl, you know those people.
Right.
Girl, I just such and such, and I'm just so blah, blah, blah. But they don't want a solution, though. They just want to keep telling you. You give them advice.
Absolutely.
And they're just like not listening. Like, are you there? Is somebody inside of you? And so we have to identify those types of people.
Absolutely.
Because the complainers, I no longer let people just complain to me. If you want a problem solved,
that's right.
You can write it in your journal, or maybe you can reach out to Dr. Phil. But I'm not qualified nor interested in being dumped on because you're right. It's not reciprocal. We have to be in the business of reciprocal relationships. If I can't get something from you and it's not even exchanged, I'm so sorry. I love my mental health too much.
Right.
Just be.
Because look, even Walmart makes you pay them for the product.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Okay.
You're not walking out. Try to walk out.
Yeah.
Them people just waiting at the door. You got your receipt?
And what about the people that come to your home and because you have excess, they want to take a packet.
Come on.
Now go to Walmart and try to get some free groceries and walk out the door and see what happens. You know, it's a new day.
Exactly.
It's a new day. And so it's and the other thing I was sharing with Marchee is as entrepreneurs in our own different areas, we still have to come together, unite, and support each other. Like my girl Jackie, who's on the camera. Okay. She's always we've always did different things together. Jackie's always worked for herself. We've always helped each other. And it's not always about you know, can you compensate me for that? Look, we naturally going to compensate you. Yeah. That naturally is going to happen. But I'm not trying to work with the person that doesn't have the passion for it. Because if you're running after the money, really you want to be in a position where money's running after you.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Go ahead.
For the people in the back.
Okay.
I live by this quote, and I wake up and I see it as soon as I get out of bed. Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Okay. And so as a recovering hustler, I'm no longer a hustler. Okay. I've recovered since then. I don't think people understand the concept of like doing what you're most passionate about. Right. Or they just chasing the money. Like I even talk to my students like, baby, don't chase it. Like chase the passion. Right. Money will follow. Absolutely. And if we're believers, like we say we are, that leap of faith is going to hit different. So we have to just not chase the dollars. So I love that you said that. Oh, absolutely. We don't talk about that enough in society. We talk about go hustle, go do such and such. It's like if there's no passion. Because
if he created you, if he created Marchee to teach, to share, to care, and to do some other things. When I come to you and I need you to teach me something and you have not been on your post, because see, preparation will meet opportunity. So there are times in our lives where we have to be prepared for different things. So if Marchee went to school and learned how to speak Spanish, and then I show up in the class because I want to be trilingual, bilingual, bilingual, whatever, and she can't teach me because she hasn't been where she's supposed to be, then on the journey, now I got some empty spots. Do you all hear what I'm saying? So if you were the one that's supposed to be teaching, and you're the one that's supposed to be teaching us finances over here, and then that one over there is supposed to be teaching us about managing our time, we need everybody to do what they're supposed to be doing. Come on, you're right. And so what I heard you say was, in different kind of terms, if you stay ready, you better get ready. And so oftentimes people aren't readying themselves enough for where they need to go. They're like, oh no, I'll get ready when it comes. Oh no, sweetie. Like, do you think that the most successful people start preparing when they get there? Let's look at Oprah, one of my favorite people. Okay. Started preparing a long time ago when she was a little girl. Now look at where she's at now. Absolutely. So she wasn't prepared. So you're saying she had to work? Come on, she had to put in some work. Oh, okay. And she comes from poverty. She used to wear potato sacks to school. Wow. Like extreme poverty. Okay. And so even then though, she was preparing. Right. And when she moved, when she was in Chicago, she knew she wanted to continue to just go get bigger and more global. But she continued to put in the work. So people just try to skip that like work piece and think they can get ready when you get there. So what you're saying is there's no shortcuts and nothing is instant. So what we have to do is we have to learn how to enjoy the process. Oh, yeah. Can we talk about enjoying the process too? Yes. That's a good one. I talk to my entrepreneur friends, all of them are, let's just say that, about you got to enjoy the process. Because everybody's so focused on, I got to get the bag, I got to do such and such. I'm like, if you're not finding some enjoyment each day along the way, you're doing it wrong. Right. You know, like practice self-care, do something that you like. Because if it's only about the bag, you're going to find yourself exhausted. Like some of the famous people who committed suicide. Oh, they got everything that they want, you think, right? Right. Well, and then they kill themselves. Come on. Then they kill themselves because they got to where they wanted to go, but did they enjoy themselves along the way? Well, absolutely. What happens is when you are being processed, I call it being processed on your way to purpose. So when I hit pain, I figure, you know what? If I'm going to be in pain anyway, I might as well get paid. Because I'm not going to let you give me pain for free. So I had to find a way to capitalize off that, and that's how I ended up writing my first book, A Day in My Life. which I thought was the worst day in my life. And really the chaos in my life was my spiritual breakthrough. And I had no clue. I had no clue that the worst day of my life was going to give me the better days of my life. And so in that pain, I was being processed on my way to purpose. And I promise you, it will lead you to some power. Yeah. And what we're to do is, you know, we're to share and spread and encourage others that are on the road, because sometimes they look at us, but you don't see my pain. Come on. See, you don't remember when I was like in the corner and my parents had got divorced and I'm just a mess. I'm tore up from the flow up, and I just felt like life had just been taken from me, and all these issues I had going on. Mm-hmm. And realizing that my grandmother just loved me through my issues. I didn't even know I had a lot of problems. But that's nice when you have people in your life that have loved you to the place where you need to go. So we don't need to judge. We need to love. Like if you see a sister, I know people that are in the church, and let's just put that out there. I ran into friends that were in the church, had a good marriage, got a divorce, and then you look up and they shacking, and they might be smoking a little weed or what have you, you know, but to each his own. But who am I to judge? Because see, I never walked in that woman's shoes, and I don't know what that took from her in that situation. So what we have to do is love people in their pain. Yeah. And you know, eventually we grow, because the Bible says love covers a multitude of sin, and it covers all pain. And I'm telling you, love is the most powerful weapon. So if somebody can literally love the hell out of you so that you can get to your place in purpose and be powerful and empower somebody else who was in a dark place, and they can say, you know what, Marchee was in that place. And I remember when she was a mess, and you know, we still a mess, just trying to work on it and get it together. And nobody has it all together. But when you can just be transparent and say, you know, shoot, I make mistakes too. That's for real.
For real. And that's when people connect with us most. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, even the name of my book, The Cussing Christian, I feel like I'm a radical for Jesus, because it's like, at what point will we be honest? Mm-hmm. As believers, and then like love our brothers and sisters right where they are. Mm-hmm. We got one judge. Yeah, right. And it ain't none of us. And it's none of us. Newsflash. So if we can stop judging, right, and just start loving, mm-hmm, you know, we help our brothers and sisters heal. Right, what they're going through. Right. And hey, thank you for our studio audience. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. Y'all have a good one. See you guys. All righty. Thanks. I love how you talked about just going through the pain to get to the promise. Yeah. Because people like do try to skip the pain part. Right. And I produce my best stuff while I'm rock bottom. So if we see the opportunity at rock bottom, if you're at rock bottom, there's only one direction. Mm-hmm. It's up. Yeah. So if we just get up, I'm all the way up. If we just dust ourselves off, mm-hmm, and find the purpose in it. Like for me, like that's where the book came. Mm-hmm. The nonprofit organization, all that stuff, mm-hmm, from rock bottom. And here we are now. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, we just wanted to come to you with some real talk. And we're going to come on every Saturday about 2 o'clock, and share information with you. Come to the table. If you have questions or anything you want to talk about, you know, just let us know. And our next process is we're going to talk to you about the process of trademarking. And we're actually going to do it right in front of you live on air next week at 2 o'clock. And you're going to see where we're filling in the gaps in our lives. And we're going to help you through that process of trademarking and why it's so important. Sounds good. All right, sound good? Looking forward to it. All right, I'm Simone. I'm Marchee. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Bye.